So I will be showing you how to do a UK treble stitch, or in the US a double stitch. And what you'll be needing for this is wool, any kind that you like. I think this is acrylic, but I'm not too sure. You'll also be needing your crochet hook, and I will be using a 3.5mm crochet hook, but depending on the size wool you have, depends on your crochet hook size. You also needing scissors and a needle with a large eye. So let's begin. So I've already started my one. Just a simple chain stitch. Once again, if you don't know how to do chain stitch, go see my previous video on how to do one. And let's begin. So just like with the single stitch, you'll put your hook in the loop and then turn it around so that the back is facing you. Now, the double stitch is a little bit more complicated and you have to put a little bit more thought into it, but it's not too bad. So, unlike the single stitch, what you want to do is you want to do a loop first. So with the single stitch, you would have just gone straight ahead into the first loop, just here, but instead you're going to loop over with some yarn that leads back to the ball first, so you have 2 on your hook. Now I use double stitch because you start off with 2 pieces of yarn before you go into that first top loop. Now, once you've done that, you do just as in a single stitch and go into that first top yarn. Make sure that you don't get both. There you go. So that you have 3. Now if you're using the UK terminology of treble stitch, that's because you have 3 here. So if that makes more sense to you, then go with that. But double stitch makes more sense to me. So once you've done that, loop over again, so you have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What you want to do is you want to pull that through the loop just one time, so you remain with 3. 1, 2, 3. Once you've done that, you want to loop over again like that, so you have 4 once again. 1, 2, 3, 4. But this time you want to pull this one through the middle too. So we'll take this nice and easy. Whoops. So we'll pull through one first, and then we'll pull through the second one. So you're left with 2. Once you've got the 2, loop over again. This time you want to pull this one through these last 2. So take it nice and easy, pull through 1, pull through 2. And there you have your first double stitch. Now this looks more like a bigger knot, you could say. So it looks a little bit more fancy. So if you're doing more intricate pieces, this just adds a little pizzazz, you might say. I'll show you again. So you have your first loop. You want to loop over with the yarn that leads back to the ball, instead of just going straight into that first loop that goes over there. So yarn over, Then you want to go through into that loop, so you have 3 loops on your hook. Then you want to yarn over again, so you have 4. You want to pull this one through the middle 2. So take it nice and easy, pull through 1, and then, whoops, I lost my loop there for a second, and then pull through 2. Then you want to yarn over again, so you have 3, this time pulling this one through the last 2. So take it nice and easy, pull through 1, pull through 2, and I'll show you a third time. So yarn over, so you have 2, through the loop, so you have 3, yarn over, so you have 4, pull through the middle 2, nice and easy, pull through 1, pull through 2, yarn over, so you have 3, and pull this one through the last 2, nice and easy. So pull through 1, pull through 2. Takes a little bit of practice, and you have to remember to think about how many loops that go round and so forth. But once you've got the hang of it, it's quite simple. So I'll pause here and let you carry on to the end of your chain, however long that is, and then I'll come back and show you how to turn over. So now that you've gotten to the end of that, your first row, this is what it should look like. So I'll just split it apart. So as you can see through the gaps just a little bit more than on a single stitch. That's because it's just a little bit taller, and also the knots here are a little bit bigger. And that's what the top has look like. And now I'll show you how to turn over. So once you got to the end, just like on the single stitch, you want to chain 1 just to have that extra one there, and then you want to loop over, so not go straight in there like a single stitch, but chain over first, make sure it's got a good tension, and then you miss that chain you just did there, and then you go in that first one there. Make sure not to go through both of the loops. So I'll go through that again. So you chain over, then you go through that first loop there, so you have 3 on your hook. Then you yarn over again, so you have 4, then you pull this one through the middle 2. Nice and easy, go through 1, go through 2. If you're a little bit stuck, then tug just a little bit and it might dislodge it, but not too hard. If it's very stuck, then just go back a little bit. Now you have 2, yarn over again, so you have 3, and pull this one through these 2. So nice and easy, go through 1, go through 2. I'll do that again. So yarn over, so you have 2, go through that first loop on the top. See if I can go through it. So you have 3, yarn over, so you have 4, pull this one through these 2, nice and easy, go through 1, go through 2, so you have 2 on your hook left, yarn over again, so you have 3, and pull this one through the last 2, nice and easy. Go through 1, go through 2. I'll show you a third time. So make sure you have good tension, yarn over, go through that top loop, so you have 3, yarn over, pull this one through 2, nice and easy, through 1, through 2, and you have 2 left, yarn over and pull this one through the last 2. Nice and easy, through 1, through 2. So I'll leave you to do a few more rows and then I'll show you once again how to finish off. So now that you've gone away and done a few more rows, this is what it should look like. So with the single stitch, there would have been probably another line here, but with a double stitch there isn't, as you can see. But it's a little bit more simple to count the rows, as you can see the stitches a bit more. So that's the first row, second row, third row, fourth row, and so on. So now that you've done all the rows that you want, I'll show you how to finish off again. So just like the single stitch, you want to cut off a piece of yarn, not too long. Get your crochet hook and just as if you're about to do a chain stitch, but instead you pull it all the way through and pull it tight so it forms that little knot there. And like before, you want to get your needle, you want to thread it through. Can take a little bit of time. That's why getting a needle with quite a large eye is. There you go, so once you got it thread through, just leave a little bit at the end there. Then just as on the single stitch, you just want to go back and forth on those loops. So going halfway through is more than enough to keep it in place. If you want, you can put a little bit of nail polish remover just to really secure it. Just pull it out a little bit. Make sure that's all nice and even, then cut the excess off. And then you can also do the bottom, but as usual, I am impatient, so I'll just cut it there. And there you have it, a UK treble stitch or US double stitch. Once you get the hang of it, very nice and simple and very nice for things such as scarves or blankets or cardigans that you want to make. There you go.